The town below was ordinary. Neatly trimmed hedges, bicycles leaning against fences, rain gutters echoing the sound of birds. It was the kind of town Aika had never lived in. Her family's estate sat far outside places like this, behind gates, behind guards, behind rules. But for now she stood on the grassy slope outside a public high school, hair brushing her shoulders in the spring wind, wearing a borrowed uniform and a face she hoped looked neutral. Her family had reasons, of course. They always did. Reputation, distance, control. But deep down, she didn't mind being sent away. There was something peaceful about starting over, even if no one knew it was a beginning. The classroom was noisy in the way all classrooms are. Books being shuffled, desks squeaking, laughter overlapping with the rustle of notes. Aika took her seat quietly, pretending not to notice the stares. Her hair was perfectly brushed, her posture too straight. Even when she tried to blend in, she couldn't. The teacher introduced her briefly and then the noise resumed. She noticed the boy in front of her only because he didn't turn around like the others. He passed her a pencil when she didn't ask, not out of pity, just reflex. She thanked him quietly, not with words but with a nod, and for the first time that day, the silence felt almost kind. The final bell rang. Bags were zipped. Students spilled out into the afternoon like water breaking past a dam. Aika waited until the hallway cleared, unsure of the route home. She didn't expect him to wait for her. The same boy from earlier. He stood at the gate, hands in his pockets, gaze lifted toward the sky as if measuring the wind. When she stepped closer, he simply started walking, and so did she. The path curved through a small park. Cherry blossoms drifted from the trees like quiet confetti. But then, he said something casual, almost too casual. A comment about the weather, or maybe the vending machine back at school. She responded without thinking, and just like that, the quiet cracked open. Their conversation wasn't deep. It didn't need to be. They talked about school lunches, favorite snacks, a teacher who mumbled too much. She found herself laughing, a short, surprised sound that caught even her off guard. He smiled in return, not teasing, just present. And for the first time that day, her shoulders relaxed. There was something oddly healing in how normal it all felt. She wasn't being observed or analyzed. She was just there. A girl walking home from school with someone who didn't expect anything from her. And that comfort stayed with her long after they reached the bottom of the hill. The calm didn't last. As they reached the bottom of the hill, a sleek, black car waited, gleaming beneath the late afternoon sun. A figure leaned against it, arms crossed, school blazer pressed, every inch of him polished and in control. He didn't look surprised to see her. She stopped walking, her gaze shifted between the boy beside her and the one waiting. The first belonged to this quiet town. The second belonged to the world she came from. For a long second, no one moved. Then, she took a step forward. Not toward the car, not toward the boy in the suit, just forward. That night, the wind changed. Aika sat by her window, the faint scent of cherry blossoms slipping through the screen. Her school bag rested by the desk, the borrowed pencil still inside. She closed her eyes and let the silence stretch. Not the kind that echoes with loneliness, but the kind that holds a new shape. A moment passed, a thought stayed, and somewhere between what she left behind and what she had yet to find, a story quietly began.